Hi, welcome to Clarksville-Montgomery County Public Library. We are going to do a craft today. This week we're talking about pirates. So guess what kind of craft we're going to make? We're going to make a pirate craft. Here it is. It's very fun. I made this the other day and I'm going to make it today with you. You're going to use, can you figure out what that is? That's a hand. That's my hand. And you're going to use your hand to make a pirate. So the things you're going to need are paper and something that red, brown, and black will all show up on. So you might not want to use a red piece of paper, or if you do use a red piece of paper, make a different color hat. So I'm going to use a gray piece of paper. I'm going to use black paint, white paint, red paint, and brown paint. Now, if you don't have these colors at home, switch it up. You can use different colors. You can have a purple hat. You can have a blue hat. You can have different colored legs. It doesn't matter. But if you have these colors, it'll look like this. So the first thing I'm going to do is pour a little, I'm going to shake up my paint and pour a little bit of paint on on a paper plate. Just a teeny bit of each. White and red. Now, you might want to ask your parents before you do this, because this is going to be messy. A lot of messy. And you'll probably want to wear an old t-shirt over your clothes. That way you won't ruin your nice clothes. So this is what I have. I have black, brown, white, and red. Now guess what we're going to do? Here comes the messy part. And it's kind of fun and it feels ooey gooey and squishy. So you have to put a lot of paint on. Because I tried this yesterday and I only put a little bit on because I really didn't want to get paint all over my hand, but it didn't work. So you're really going to have to layer this paint on. So the top part is the hat. So it goes up here, comes around, and just as big as you want your hat to be. So that's about my hat right there. But that's not enough paint. Trust me, you have to really goo it on. So I'm going to goo on that paint. Now I'm going to not do it fairly quickly because I don't want it to dry on there before I get a chance to put it down. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take another paintbrush so I don't mix the colors, and I'm going to put on brown for the face. So I'm going to make a face. It's going to come right up to the edge of that hat and go all the way down to my fingers. It's right there. So I'm going to have a nice big face so I can draw eyes and nose and a mouth on. And what does a pirate always have? He has a patch, right? So we're going to paint a patch on our face. Okay, so that's good. Now I have to make his legs with my fingers. So I have to get another paintbrush, because I don't want to mix the colors. Now, if you want to wash your paintbrush, if you only have one paintbrush, that's fine. Just rinse it off in between each color. So I'm going to goo this on. If you can see what I'm doing there, see, I'm painting my fingers black all the way down. I'm going to start where that brown ends. Now, if you have any spots that aren't painted when you put your hand down, you'll see it and you'll be able to fill it in. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm going to make sure I got a lot of paint on there. See, I'm really ooey gooey right now. See it? I'm going to open my fingers a little bit. This is the end of my hat, and I'm going to push it down really hard. I'm going to pull my thumb up pretty high so I have a hat up there. Down we go. I'm going to hold it for just a second, make sure I squish it in really good, and I'm going to pull it up. Whoa! There's the beginning of my pirate. So now I have to finish my pirate because he doesn't have a face yet. And I actually could have used, I'm going to use a paper towel just to wipe off a little bit of this. If you guys come to the library today, you might see me with a hand that's a little painted because I'm not sure this is going to come off right away. Okay, so the next thing we do is I need to fill in my hat a little bit more. I didn't have quite enough on the palm of my hand, so I'm going to take the paintbrush that I used the red on and fill it in just a little bit more. There we go. So I filled in that hat just a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take yet another paintbrush and I am going to paint the eye with white. So I'm going to paint a white eye on here. It's just going to be a big circle. Here we go. Now remember, you're painting on the brown, so some of it may mix together, but that's okay. That's okay. You can have a little bit of brown in your white. And I am going to paint a black patch. So I'm going to get the paintbrush that I used black on, and I got a little bit of red on there. So I'm going to use a paper towel and get the red off of there and make a black patch. So let's do a black patch. See, this is the patch we're doing right now. See the patch? All pirates have to have a patch. So I'm going to make a big half circle. And then I'm going to draw a line almost to his ear and kind of to the middle of his forehead because it's going to go around his head. And my patch needs to be a little bit bigger because they have big patches. There we go. And then I also need to draw a smile because pirates need to be happy, just like everybody else. I hope you're happy today. This is a fun craft. Makes me happy. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little dot. Remember we drew that white eye in? I need to make a pupil, which is the black part of your eye. So I'm going to put a black dot in the middle of my white. So it looks like he's actually looking at me. There we go. And then the last thing that you need to do is I don't have a nose. I think I need a nose. I'm just going to dot a nose on there. Okay, and then we need to decorate our hat. Now, I have seen all sorts of different decorations for the hat. Now, on this one, I just kind of splattered a little bit of white paint and gave them little dots. But you can make stripes. You know how the pirates somehow have stripes on their hats, or they have dots. I'm just going to kind of poke around. This looks like fun. It's a little spongy thing. I think I'm going to poke a little bit of white on top of my red and just kind of make it a different color a little bit. And I've decorated his hat. You can use anything. I'm going to make a stripe in case you wanted to make a stripe. I'm going to show you how the stripes go. You just make a line across the hat. Now you can have white stripes, or you can have black stripes, or you can have checks. You can do whatever you want. Be creative. And that's our pirate. I hope you guys had fun making it, and I'll see you next time.